بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Today I wanted to just give a quick reminder of something that we hear a lot, something that we hear often. However, a reminder is always beneficial, right? And I feel like this is something which is extremely important for us to know and follow upon as Muslims. There's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ عن أنس بن مالك قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كل بني آدم خطاء. Anas radiallahu anhu reported that the Prophet ﷺ said that all the sons of Adam are sinners. That means every single one of us makes sins, with no exceptions. But then it continues, وَخَيْرُ الْخَطَّائِينَ التَّوَّابُونَ. The best amongst the sinners are at-tawwabun. Now the word is important, saying that it's tawwabun, and it doesn't mean someone who just repents. The best of the sinners are those who are repenters, if you want to translate it literally. But that means someone who is in the constant state of repenting. Not just one time, oh, I made a sin and I'm going to repent. We're constantly in the state of asking Allah for forgiveness. And that is important because sometimes we do sins that we're not aware of. Sometimes we are aware of. But it's important to constantly repent to Allah during our morning adhkar and evening adhkar and throughout the whole day after every salah. There are so many opportunities for us to constantly be in the state of asking Allah to forgive us. Specifically, one of the dua which is known as Sayyidul Istighfar, which is one of the important dua for istighfar. It is known as Sayyidul Istighfar, like the leader of istighfar, of asking for forgiveness. I just wanted to go over that in brief. The dua starts off with Allahumma anta rabbi, la ilaha illa ant. Oh Allah, you are my Lord, and none has the right to be worshipped except you. That's the starting. خلقتني وأنا عبدك وأنا على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعت. You created me and I am your servant. And I abide to your covenant and promise the best I can. You are acknowledging to Allah that you are doing your best. That you are trying your best to stick to His rules and regulations and everything that we are told to do. However, sometimes we fall short. And we acknowledge that. أعوذ بك من شر ما صنعت. I take refuge in you from the evil of which I have committed. أبوء لك بنعمتك علي وأبوء بذنبي. I acknowledge your favor upon me and I acknowledge my sin. After all of this, right, we start off with glorifying Allah. We acknowledge our sin and acknowledge our lacking. Then we say, فَاغْفِرْ لِي. Oh Allah, forgive us. That's when we ask for forgiveness. فَاغْفِرْ لِي فَإِنَّهُ لَا يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ إِلَّا أَنْتَ. So forgive me, for verily none can forgive sins except you. Now it's important that we remember this dua, this specific istighfar. I just want to emphasize, this is not the only way to ask Allah for forgiveness. It is one of the greatest because we follow what the Prophet ﷺ has taught us. Now, Sayyid al-Istighfar is one of those dua that is recommended in our morning iftar and our evening iftar. So as long as we stay consistent with that, other than that, we are free to ask Allah for forgiveness from our heart in any language that we want. But sometimes the best is to do what the Prophet ﷺ has taught us. And this is one of those dua that is important for us to memorize and constantly use throughout our day. So may Allah make it easy for us to follow what we have learned. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.